And the other thing that I wanted to talk to him about is this thing called pastor's son syndrome or pastor's children syndrome. So it seems like parang pag pastor ka or minister ka, yung mga tao sa paligid mo, the people close to you, they tend to develop syndromes. So why is that? Very interesting pag-usapan. Paano ba maiwasan yun? Ano ba yun? Diba? So, pasok na tayo. See you in a bit. Hi! Alright, we're back! Yeah, mabako itong bag dahil ang pangit ng itsura natin. So once again, we are back for another episode. And as promised, last time we talked about yung squadding at ano yung nangyayari doon, yung good news na nangyayari sa PNP. For this episode, I want to talk about this thing called Tadhana. Movie pala yun. This thing called pastor's children syndrome. Close relationships with a preacher somehow. Yung mga taong yun develop a syndrome. Aware ka ba doon? Narinig mo na ba yung pastor's children syndrome?
Iba-iba eh.
Ano yung alam mo doon?
Well, one, may mga pastor's child usually feeling nila they have to live up always to their father's expectations. Parang kinakailangan they should be the most mabait, sila dapat yung pinaka giving. Nako, i-reveal ko yung anak ko dito.
I was hoping he was here today pero di bale, i-interview ko rin naman siya.
Supposedly, kasama ko rin siya dito. Yung anak ko kasi bata pa lang, makulit talaga yun. So feeling ko as a minister, parang kapag yung anak ko hindi most behave, no? Pag sinabi ko umupo, dapat nakaupo lang siya. Feeling ko I'm such a bad father. Especially knowing pa na minister ako, no? So may added pressure, on me.
Right. For pastors and ministers.
Like for example, sasabihin sa children's ministry, bro, yung anak mo nanuntok sa children's ministry.
Nangyari ba yun?
Nangyari. Tapos meron pa minsan, bro, anak mo nangagat. Yung mga ganun.
Nangyari rin yun?
Oh, nangyari rin.
So Patrick at nilahing aso.
So, in my part as a minister, imagine mo, no, Sunday service ka, preach mo, lalapit yung teacher ng CM sa'yo. Bro, yung anak mo, ganitong ginawa, no? So parang nakakababa ng moral bilang isang minister.
Right.
Bakit
kasi may expectation din sa'yo.
Yes, may expectation kasi. Right.
Pero I heard si Patrick kasi became a Christian just a few years ago.
Yes, I think 2018.
So before the pandemic.
Yes, before the pandemic.
Right. So ibig sabihin, na-overcome niyo yun, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Kasi I heard of other church leaders kung yung mga anak nila ayaw maging Christian. Kasi pero silang nadidisillusion sila. Baka baby yung parents, di ba, pastor sa labas, sa loob ng bahay, hindi maganda example. I don't know. Maybe there are different stories and different reasons why kung bakit hindi. Iba talaga, personal na nape-pressure lang talaga sila na parang of course they have to own up to their faith. It has to be their personal faith and relationship with God, di ba? So, kanya-kanya naman talagang tawag ito, journey. Tama. Pero it's amazing dahil si Patrick, at what age siya naging
14.
14.
The age of 14.
Ang bata, di ba?
So, yeah.
Wow, ilan taon na siya ngayon?
18. So, 4
years na pala.
4 years na siya. Right. Siguro, ako din personally na-amazed ako kasi parang feeling ko sagana sa disiplina yung anak ko because of the attitude and all. And I've been getting lots of inputs and parenting lessons with people around me. So somehow nakatulong yun. Pero I didn't know, sabi ko nga parang ayoko mag-study ng Bible yung anak ko. Kasi marireveal kung anong klaseng tatay ako. Kasi talagang iba, no? So may mga disciplines talaga na ungodly disciplines and all, no? Sorry, I have to share this, no? Sana huwag mo isip.
I-edit ko ba yun? What? Para matuto tayong lahat, diba?
Pero na-amazed lang ako dahil despite siguro sa kakulangan ko bilang isang magulang, no, bilang isang tatay, yung anak ko, desire niya pa rin maging disciple. At isa siguro sa nakakataba ng puso is that he wants to be a disciple. At the same time, gusto niya rin magiging minister.
Wow.
Oo. Actually, yan yung gusto niya. Actually, sa college, pinagpipilian niyang course is either psychology or engineering. Feeling ko, anak, sabi ko, ating magaling ka sa math and all, no? Saka logic and all. Parang feeling ko magaling ka sa math and probably baka mag-engineering ka na lang. Pero, tinake niya pa rin ng senior high, UMS, which is leading to a course na gusto niya sa college, which is psychology.
Alright, wow.
Sabi ko, bakit psychology? Well, sabi niya, that is the closest course na pwede niyang i-take para maging isang pastor o maging isang minister.
Wow, ang galing. Ibig sabihin talagang nai-influence mo siya. Pero may tanong ako, kanina sinasabi mo na parang medyo pinupush mo siya ng konti na iba, engineering. Saan ang gagaling yan?
Dahil engineering ako eh.
Hindi, natanong ko yan kasi may experience ako, especially, usually this comes from Christians who came to faith around in their 20s or maybe later. Narinig ko, wag muna nating study ng Bible yan kasi masyado pang bata. Parang mas maganda ma-experience muna nila yung mundo o yung para meron silang comparison and all that. And hindi ba medyo problematic yun? What do you think about that statement na kadalasang naririnig natin sa ibang magulang?
Siguro depende. May mga bata na sobrang mature din at their early stage or early age. At meron din naman na medyo hindi pa talaga sila spiritually inclined. No?
Right.
Siguro ako, blessed lang ako dahil yung anak ko lumaki sa church. Pastor yung tatay niya. So, the way of life in our home is talagang biblical, lahat sa kumbaga lifestyle talaga ng pagiging disciple, no, sa loob ng bahay. So I don't know, I can speak for my son, pero sa tingin ko isa yun sa mga nagiging way din for him to have his own faith at an early stage. But at the same time, ako naman, akin lang to, if they have that desire at such an early age, go for it. Kasi yung sinasabi mo nga, yung iba naman, hindi pa hinog. Let's face it, most of the kingdom kids actually goes through a stage in their life na nagiging hindi sila okay during their Christian life. I would rather have them struggle as a Christian than struggle na hindi Christian. Diba? At least kapag Christian, you have the people around you. You have your discipler there, you have your friends, you have your D group. Pero kung wala kasing ganung community sa church, no? Baka later on mahirapan ka ng...
Which reminds me of that scripture, sabi, teach your children the way they should go. So when they grow old, they don't depart from it. Yeah. Kasi I think yung fear ng mga parents na unfounded yun na parang hayaan mo munang ma-experience yung mundo para mas makita nila. Hindi nga ay tama yung sinabi mo kanina. Ang dapat pala, hindi nga nila dapat ma-experience yung mundo. At when they do experience it, they should have the understanding and the mind of God when it happens. So when they struggle, they have somewhere to go to. Yung wisdom ni God, so talagang it's never too early to start a child in learning the words of God, the word of God.
Sa akin yun. Of course, other people have different perspective on that one. Pero sa akin, I think it works for me and my son also. Right. We don't push, no? We don't push people to study the Bible. Of course. But our teens ministry are always been a strong band for everyone. That's kapag merong isang nag-study ng Bible, that encourage them, inspires them also na mag-study din ng Bible. No? So sometimes first wala pa silang interest. Siguro kakaiba lang talaga nung kami nag-study ng Bible na sila ngayon kasi kami wala talagang influence of the church, no? Of course our previous church, that's our influence. Pero ngayon, dahil lumaki sila sa kingdom, sometimes the tendency is it's just yung kanilang conversion is just parang they just break through a wall. Ako feeling ko conversion ko it's like para ka talagang you jump off you know,
A cliff.
and then
Leap of faith.
oo,
talaga.
ganon.
Oo.
Pero mas maganda na sa akin, mas maaga, they found that faith already and you develop from there.
Yeah, and, like with me, you know, growing up, how I wish, you know, when I came to faith at, you know, 27 years old, how I wish I knew these things that I know now. Para hindi na natin na-experience pa yun, diba? Ako niniwala sa no regrets eh. There should be, diba? Pero yung regret mo, do something good about that.
Yes.
Diba? Yung positive, hindi yung ano ka lang, nalugmo ka lang sa regret mo.
And they will experience those along the way.
Yeah,
we don't
definitely.
ask for it. We don't ask for it. Kaso lang, when that happens, dapat at least prepared sila. You know, they have this spiritual mindset already. Or parang mind na Christian ako, the kind of the way I would respond to these kinds of struggles or temptations of the world ay meron kang spiritual perspective palagi. So kaysa wala, bahala na. Parang ganito din, parang sa dating. And sa akin lang din to na I would allow them to be dating if they wanted it, you know, at such an early age also, probably in their late teen years, no, I mean 17, 18 or 18 and up. Kasi usually ang mindset naman, kasi baka masaktan lang yan, mag-break up lang yan. So, para sa akin, so bakit hindi natin sila pa-experience sa masaktan? Anong masama doon, di ba? And besides,
and be there for them when it happens.
Yes, exactly. Di ba? So parang, pero sa akin lang yun.
I agree.
Medyo, kasi ako eh. Medyo liberal ako mag-isip pagdating dito.
Tama naman yun. I mean, elementary pa lang nai-inlove ng tao. Yun naman ang totoo, di ba?
Tama. At least somehow,
we have to stop denying that.
Somehow, pag inopen nila, and then desire nila, that's fine, you know? As long as you know your limitations,
yes,
you are guided.
Yes.
Kasi naman, pag sinabi mo hindi, pero gagawin pa rin din naman nila, itatago pa nila sa'yo. So, you know.
Yeah, that's what I teach my kids, at saka kid and nephews. Kasi sabi ko, okay mag-relationship, pero keep in mind, relationship is a big responsibility.
Yes.
It takes a lot of wisdom and maturity spiritually and emotionally and all that. Kasi, at dapat meron kang relationship kay God, who's the maker of all relationships.
Tama.
At siya yung pinaka-importanting relationship. If you don't have that, you can't be good in a worldly relationship.
Tama.
Kasi wala kang standard.
Correct.
So kung meron kang relationship kay God, meron kang tamang standard. Pag wala yun, hit or miss ka, talagang ba malulubog ka talaga, di ba? Masasaktan ka talaga. So maiiwasan mo yun.
Tama.
Right? So may tumatawag.
Dahil sinasabi sa akin ng anak ko, ang anak ko, tumatawag.
Si Patrick.
Okay lang.
Okay, so kasi ngawit na ako.
Yeah.
So ano masasabi mo for the parents in terms of child rearing and for the teens also, the kids?
Well, I'm not an expert on this. I'm still learning. I'm still learning as I go. But these are just the things in my mind and siguro in my Christian life as a leader also na-realize ko na we should always be there for our children and we should allow them to decide which route they wanted to take, but we should always be there to support them.
Right.
And encourage them also. Kasi mahirap na sarili lang natin palagi yung nasusunod. Especially kapag teens na sila. Right. Hindi na sila bata na dapat diktahan natin palagi. We should be there as a friend to them and kung anong mga gusto nila, we should always just guide them. Kung sa tingin naman natin, as long as hindi naman ito hindi naman magiging in danger yung buhay nila, and sa tingin mo rin naman makakatulong to sa character building nila and in their attitude and probably in their future also, sa akin okay lang.
Yeah, that's right. Message mo kay Patrick.
Anak, mahal na mahal kita. Marami tayong tawag dito, times together, pero lately I just want to say that I'm so proud of you. Sobrang especially with our media team, hangang-hanga ako sa talent na meron ka, You are always willing to learn and sacrifice. Na-appreciate ko din naman sa'yo. Feeling ko nga mas marami ka pang meeting sa akin every day. Dahil ang dami mong kausap every day. And thank you also for serving in the involved ministry. So,
amen. All right. Thanks Ariel for doing this.
Thanks.
So next time i-interview natin yung anak niya, yung
Sige.
side naman niya talaga. All right. So see ya.
bye.
So after vlogging, dito tayo nagkakain sa favorite kong mamihan. Dito yan sa may UN Avenue, sa may Mabini Street. Kay Peter Lee. Kilala niyo si Peter Lee? Ito siya. Yan. Ay, hindi pala yun. Ito pala. Yeah. Siya yan. So, joke lang. So, ayan. So, ito na. So, mukhang mahilig din siya mag-joke. So, okay lang. So we're here. And ito paborito ko. Sabi. Alright, so what did we learn today? Talking to Ariel, it refreshes my mind about, refreshes my conviction sa sabi sa Bible, teach your children the way they should go. So when they grow old, they don't depart from it. Walang pinipiling oras kung kailan dapat turuan ng mga bata. As early as possible. And while they're still young, ituro na natin. Living it out and being great examples to our children. And that's 24/7. Kasi otherwise, if we don't teach the ways of God, the world will teach them the ways of the world. And delikado yun kasi ibang standard ng mundo natin nakakatakot. So, pag ways ni God is safe. And you want your children to be equipped to deal with the world. I think that's very important. Na huwag tayo matakot na maaga pa lang tinuturuan talaga natin. Because makikita naman talaga nila pero mas magandang makita muna nila si God. They experience first the beauty and the goodness of God. And when they experience the world and its imperfection, obviously, they will choose God. So there. Ay tayo.